Hey everybody, it's Kelly Cooper and welcome to another Facebook Live video where I'm answering an awesome question asked by an awesome person that follows my content. Um, Once I started learning more about the law of attraction, I have tried so many things to change my energy and manifest what I want, but nothing seems to work. Do you have any suggestions or know why I might be having so much trouble? Oh boy, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. Anyone that's followed my work for at least a little bit has probably heard me talk about this a million times, and you're thinking, oh gosh, she's going to talk about this again. You're damn straight I'm going to talk about this again because this is such an important topic. This is such an important thing to have a good understanding of so you don't drive yourself crazy, waste a lot of time, and probably a lot of money on programs and other shit that is not going to help you. Um, Not saying not to use those things. I'll elaborate on all of this, don't worry. So, the first thing I want to say is manifesting may be a verb, but it's not an action. Doing, anything you do action-wise, including anything in the realm of your personal development work, does not guarantee any sort of change in your energy. It's not about what you're doing. There are certain things you can do to help support inner transformation, of course, but the way most of us are going about doing this, we're not accomplishing that goal in any meaningful way. The second thing you want to remember is the law of attraction is not some new tool on the personal development scene that you can just like, people all of a sudden started telling you, yeah, you can create your reality and do affirmations and all of this stuff. It's a universal law that has always been operating in your life. It's really important to make that distinction. And because the misconceptions about the teaching, what tends to happen is the teaching itself, the law of attraction, it becomes synonymous with things like vision boards, affirmations, gratitude lists, and all this personal development work, all these action-oriented things. And because we're so used to creating through action, we carry over that tendency into energy work. And we keep doing all of these things to change our energy and get what we want. And we think, well, if I do something enough, something will have to change, because with the action world, we've seen that, right? You can, if you take enough action, even no matter how shitty or hard it feels, you might see some kind of movement eventually. And we kind of take that mentality into energy and inner transformation work, thinking, well, if I do affirmations, I make a vision board, I do this, I do that, eventually something has to change. But you have to understand that all of those actions, while they can help you facilitate inner change, they can't change your energy independent of your willingness to change your energy, your willingness to change your belief system, your willingness to direct your focus in ways that are going to serve you better. So, I'm sorry if you hear that barking, I can't really help it. So again, don't fall into the trap of thinking, well, do eventually will equal some sort of inner transformation, which then will translate to some sort of change in your reality by way of changing your energy. Because the one thing you have to understand that's really important is anytime human you is doing anything, you've already entered the level of effect. Our actions are the level of effect. They're not the level of cause. Something is motivating us to do everything we do, including our personal development work. And the problem is, for a lot of us, the energy we're bringing to all of this work, especially energetic transformation, law of attraction type stuff, and not just general personal growth, the energy is resisting where we are now, being very externally focused, trying to get something we don't have, fighting against what's happening now, not liking where we are now. And what happens is this energy of fighting against and focusing on what you don't have and what you don't like, you can only be led to things that don't work for you. Because that energy, you're not a match to manifesting the resources that are actually going to resonate and be useful for you at whatever point in time you're at, whatever you need in your journey at that specific moment. When you can only manifest a reality where things continue, because if you're focused a lot on what you don't want and fighting where you are, you can only manifest a reality where that situation continues to exist. And one of the ways that that shows up for the growth-oriented, law of attraction, conscious creator type person is, again, manifesting stuff that doesn't work. You try this thing, you try that thing, you try this program, you try that program, and nothing works. The law of attraction doesn't work. and you get very discouraged, you get upset, but instead of going inward, which is where we're supposed to go, we just keep very externally focused and we keep looking for the new tool, the new technique, the new program that's going to help us. And not to say that those things can't have an impact on your life. I've engaged with many external resources that have been tremendously helpful for me. But the space that I manifested these really helpful things from, they were from a relaxed space. These things kind of found me. I wasn't on a desperate search for them. I didn't come to it after I'd already plowed through 10 other programs or tools or techniques. And I'm like, well, maybe this thing will work now. Because that's the energy we're kind of bringing through when we keep plowing through different things. I've tried aligning my chakras. I've tried talking to my inner child. I've tried healing intergenerational trauma. I've tried affirmation cards. I've tried prosperity cards. I've tried gratitude journals. I've tried a vision board. I've tried this. I've tried that. Maybe this thing will work now. And that's the kind of energy we're bringing to it. And that kind of energy, again, you're not aligned with solutions. You're not aligned with true energetic transformation. So from that space, again, you're only going to align with the stuff that doesn't work. So you have to realize that, again, anything in the level of action, including your energy work, your personal development work, you're already entered the level of effect. You're not on the level of cause anymore. So you have to consider, how do I feel when I'm engaging with all of these things? When I'm searching for these resources, is it some desperate search to find the thing that's going to finally work for me? If you're on your 10th program now trying to manifest money or manifest a boyfriend or manifest weight loss or do this thing or do that thing or get this thing or get that thing, how does it feel? It probably doesn't feel very good. And if you're doing stuff that doesn't feel good, thinking, well, again, if I take enough action, eventually something is going to change for me, that's not going to happen. And again, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. The really good resources that are really going to help you, they tend to find you. And you've probably experienced this before and you know what I'm saying. Like some of the stuff that's been most helpful for me, it kind of found me. My coming across it was very like, haha, trying to get your wife back. Very funny. Just don't take the phone again when I want to do a video and you'll be fine. That's my husband, Ryan Biddle, for anyone that doesn't know that, which a lot of you probably don't. See, you distracted me now. I don't remember what I was saying. But anyway, what I'm saying is just remember, check the energy. And if the energy you're bringing to this search with the new tool, the new technique, the new program, if it feels shitty, if it feels desperate, you're better off doing nothing. If you're doing things right now that don't feel good to you, they're not going to work because they're not serving their purpose. They're not changing your energy. The thing you have to remember with a lot of action-oriented programs that are law of attraction, conscious creation oriented, if you're not resonating with what they're telling you to do, you're probably not changing your energy very much. It's not working. Action isn't the true root of creation. You technically don't have to do any of these things. So if there's a specific program that a person created, it might have worked beautifully for this person that created it. They really resonate with working with their chakras, or they resonate with this thing or that thing, and it might have worked wonderful for them. But again, inherently, none of those things have any power, so there's no guarantee it's going to really work for you and have the same results for you. So if you're not doing these things from a place of true resonance and true, like, I really feel a connection with this material, and you're in like a more relaxed space, it might have worked beautifully for the person, but it might not work for you. You might get swayed by testimonials, especially with money and that sort of stuff. People talking about these amazing things that happened to them after they did this program or listened to this meditation or this thing or that thing. Again, there's no guarantee you're going to have the same result because it's an inner thing. Nothing externally has any power to change your reality or change your energy independent of you and your willingness. So when you're seeking out these resources, pay attention to that real emotional resonance. Do I really resonate with this? Does it feel like there's something here for me? Don't base it on testimonials. The person that created it, don't base it on their experience. Again, it might have worked beautifully for these people, but there's no guarantee it's going to work for you. Don't get sucked into emotionally manipulative sales copy. Unfortunately, a lot of people in the personal growth industry, they feel the need to sell their products. They feel that they have to kind of manipulate you emotionally and push your buttons and prey on your pain and your desperation and all the bad feelings you have about your life. They ask all these questions like, well, are you sick of being broke and blah and all that fucking bullshit? It's kind of fucked up. and even people who have good intentions, they still feel the need to do that. So just be aware when you're being emotionally manipulated. Don't fall for it, because again, any space, if you're buying it from that emotional manipulation, someone else's testimonials, these grandiose promises, all of that stuff, again, it's probably not really going to work for you. So you have to understand, energetic transformation does not require any outside assistance. But for most of us, we'll find help with that. We'll find a benefit from doing it. So, but again, you have to check the space you're coming from when you're engaging with these things. You know, if you're on a desperate search in the middle of the night looking for some life-changing program, but because you're on a budget, it has to be under $100. You see what I'm saying? Like, that space, the stuff you come across and you spend your money on, and it's probably not going to work for you. So know that you don't have to do, ooh, that's a little distracting there. No, you don't have to do any of those things. They're not necessary. But when you come to these tools, techniques, and external resources from a place of true resonance, the stuff that kind of finds you, you'll recognize those things when you see it. Feel free to engage with those things. You'll probably find use in them. But again, if you're coming to these outside resources from a space of, I tried this, I tried that, I tried this, oh my God, I hope this works. Again, basing it on sales copy and other people's experience and all of that, that's probably not the best space to do it from. It's that real resonance, and again, knowing none of that is necessary. So if you're doing things that don't feel good, it's not going to help you from an energetic perspective. If you're doing nothing right now, don't feel like you need to go find something to do, or else you're not going to change your energy, or you're not going to get what you want. Because for a lot of us, what happens is we're really not enjoying doing all of that stuff, if we're honest. We're just doing it because we think we have to do it to get what we want. And again, if these external resources are not helping you truly feel better, if they're not helping you truly change your focus and change your view of yourself and all of these internal things, they're not serving their purpose, and it essentially amounts to nothing but like personal growth busy work. It's just your mind might like it, your mind thinks you're getting somewhere by doing it, but if it's not truly feeling good, it's a waste of time. So don't do stuff that doesn't feel good thinking, well, if I take enough action, if I do these affirmations enough, or if I get through this latest workbook or this thing or that thing, then things are going to work out for me. There's nothing you can do externally can guarantee any inner change. Again, it's not like the action paradigm where do eventually might equal some sort of movement in some way. Energy work, you can do, but if it's not resonating, it's not helping you actually feel better. It's as far as it influencing your external reality, it's just not going to happen. So and another thing too with all of these especially LOA stuff that's very action oriented, like the programs and stuff, it tends to keep us very externally focused on just trying to get something we don't have. And it's okay that you want what you want, but a lot of you might have seen this already, or you'll start to see it eventually. Trying to get something you don't have and trying to meaningfully change your energy are very, very different journeys. And the journey of just trying to get something you don't have and remaining very externally focused tends to be very painful, because the problem with all the action-oriented programs and all the stuff about let me try to get the money, let me try to get the boyfriend, let me try to get this, let me try to get that, again, especially when it's not coming from that resonant space and you're just like, oh, I'm so sick of my life, hopefully this thing will finally work for me. The problem with remaining very externally focused is if you don't like what your external appearances of your life look like right now, all that external focus is going to be a problem for you. It's going to be very hard to look past it. So yeah, the law of attraction is not a tool. Oh, sorry about that. It's not a way to manipulate your reality, something that's always been operating in your life. The affirmations and all of that, they could be really helpful, but they're not necessary. Only do things that truly resonate with you. If you're feeling frustrated, take a break from all of those things. Just don't do them for a while and wait and see if there's an external resource that's going to help you. It will find you. You'll recognize it when you see it, and you'll know. So yeah, technically you don't have to do any of those things. I don't do much of that stuff anymore, and I'm much happier for it because I personally did not resonate with all of that. To me, it was just busy work, and it actually wasn't making me feel okay. And yeah, so if it doesn't feel good, know that it's not necessary. External stuff can help, but not necessary. That's what I always want to stress. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have a question you'd like to see answered, feel free to leave it in the comment section, or if you want to submit it privately, you can send me a private message on my page. To learn more about me and my content, visit livelifemadetoorder.com. Hundreds of pieces of stuff on there, podcasts and posts and information about coaching services, products I sell, and all that jazz. Yeah, that's it, guys. Have a great day or night, and happy manifest.